From the beginning of time, man has needed animals to survive. Together, for good or bad, man and beast have shared the planet, tamed the land, and harvested the sea. Animals have fed us, entertained us, become our business partners and our companions. But we've always appointed ourselves as the dominant species, the ones in charge. And now our relationship with animals has changed significantly.
He's a nice horse.
Horses are becoming therapists. Dogs are becoming more like our children.
With a spoon? That's mental.
And animals are proving themselves to be more intelligent than we'd ever allowed ourselves to think. I want to find out if our new knowledge of animals is making their lives better.
Absolute heaven.
Or if deep down we're still consumed by an ancient need to master them. From birds to bears, from pets to primates, I'll watch humans and animals working side by side, out on the front line of a magical 200,000-year-old relationship between man and beast. For as long as I can remember, I've been fascinated by animals. Almost every day, it seems, I acquire more of them. My dogs have always been my constant companions. But then the horses came along. And more recently, we've populated the fields of our working farm in Dorset with sheep and cattle. It's very hard not to love them all, which I kind of do. And therein lies my problem. Every day I read some new research about animals which troubles me, about how smart they are, and about how sensitive and sociable they can be. Even chickens, we're told, are possessed of significant brain power. And to a woolly, liberal, thespian farmer like me, that raises all sorts of issues. Like, how can I raise an animal only to send it to a slaughterhouse? We've got a tiny herd of Dexter cattle. They're the smallest breed in Europe. They're beef cattle, and in due course, the boys will be sent for slaughter. But that doesn't mean I show them any less love. This is Delphinium. I couldn't have imagined liking a cow as much as I like Delphinium, but if she has a son, I'll have it slaughtered. When man first bonded with Delphinium's ancestors, they created one of the most important partnerships in history. Ancient paintings discovered in caves in France show that cattle have played a part in our lives for the last 20,000 years. And once man domesticated the cow, we became dairy farmers, and our larders benefited as a result. Delphinium and the herd are only part of what we do on our farm. And even though we care for their every need, at the end of the day, they are still classed as farm assets. "5,000 miles away in Nepal, animals play a very different, but no less important part in daily life. Even in the city, you find animals everywhere. That's because they're regarded as important as people, and sometimes more so. In Hindu countries, the cow is a sacred animal. Ownership symbolizes wealth, strength, and abundance. But the cow also happens to be the national animal of Nepal. There are few places on Earth where this beast is more valued. In the countryside, virtually every household has a cowshed. They're the store cupboard and powerhouse of every home. Shubaka Chowlaji is a farmer who supports his entire family with just 8 cows.
Oh, namaskar.
In common with all cows in Hindu countries, Shubaka's beasts are farmed solely for dairy. They're not going to end up on a slab like my Dexters back home in Dorset.
Oh, I'm not getting much out of that one. I'm really slow. How many cows do you have to milk every day?
I do 6 or 7 cows in an hour.
You're lucky you don't have me working for you, aren't you?
Milk is Schubacker's principal asset.
Oh, that's pretty straightforward.
It's the one commodity the cows produce that he can exchange for hard cash. In order to work out how much we get paid, the fat content of the milk has to be assessed. And it's looking good.
Oh, fantastic.
Back at base, the cows have delivered the next product of the day. It may not smell too good, but you'd be amazed what you can do with it.
We don't have to buy bottled gas. All we need to do is take the cow dung, mix it with water, give it a stir, and bingo, we have fuel for cooking and lighting.
I can't believe it's not... Everybody isn't doing it because, you know, one thing cows do is poo, isn't it?
Now this goes into a tank where gas forms. And from the tank, the gas goes to the kitchen.
Schubacker's cows produce sufficient dung to provide his household with more than enough gas for all his cooking and lighting needs. After a quick scrub down, Schubacker introduces me to the rest of the family, including his daughter.
The cows give us a lot, right from the milk to our kids' school fees. Our living is from keeping cows. That's what we do. Because of the manure, we get nice vegetables in our garden. Also, we use the cow urine as a pesticide. It kills insects and gives us good vegetables.
Oh, does it? My God, even the wee. Wow. You quite literally have to stand here and keep an eye on all these cows and wait for one to wee and then catch it in the bowl. It's quite exciting. You'd think, wouldn't you, by now, there's 8 of them. Little shake. Oh, there we go. Quite literally taking the time to tell this story properly. What should we do with this? Okay.
The cow's urine is used to fend off greedy insects and nosy English actors. It's truly impressive to see the ingenious ways in which they use everything the cow produces. The cow is treated as part of the family, and in return, she gives them everything they need. In recognition of this, Schubacker and his family periodically perform a prayer ritual to honor and worship their cows. Being the youngest and the most valuable, the calf gets the most special anointment with flowery pink paint spots, which he's not very keen about. But it's nice to see that everyone gets a garland.
They look quite sweet with their garlands on, don't they?
लक्ष्मी भनेर
The cow is the representation of the goddess Lakshmi. She is the goddess of wealth.
And this is just to say thank you.
गाईलाई धन्यवाद भन्दा
It is like a thank you, but it's more than a thank you. The cow gives us everything. It feeds us and helps us earn money. So we worship her. It is more than a thank you.
Because cows are seen as sacred in Nepal, it's illegal to kill them, and it's taboo to eat them. Which means most live long lives and die of natural causes. Mr. D.B. Chowdhury helps to run a shelter for elderly cows.
So we have now altogether 17 cows, and some are already given to others because still they can work.
Okay.
So we got them, and then they become more stronger, and then it is distributed in the village.
Oh, great.
And once they get old, and then we'll bring them back, and then again we'll keep them and treat them humanely until they die.
So how old would these guys be?
So they are about 20 years.
20 years,
Yeah.
and that's a natural life.
Yeah.
Sadly, one of his cows died only a day ago. So we're going to take her to her final resting place. She's prepared so that her remains spend as little time on Earth as possible. Up above, the vultures, nature's undertakers, are getting ready to swoop down and clean the meat from the bones. Up in the Himalayas, humans dispose of their dead in exactly the same way. It's called sky burial. And so, after a long life as a second mother to the family of man, the bounteous cow bestows one final gift, which is the remains of her body, before vanishing from planet Earth forever. On my farm in Dorset, I've been teaching my Clydesdales, Ronnie and Bruce, to earn their keep. They're the offspring of generations of working horses. But here in the 21st century, when there are plenty of viable alternatives, is it still a good idea to continue using animals as our workers? It's that question that I want to explore. Back in the days of Victorian Britain, there were more than 3 million working horses. They were a common sight in towns and countryside. But with the advent of motorized transport, their numbers have dropped to a few hundred. Working horses like mine are a rare sight. Where else in the world do we still expect the beast to do our bidding? And in what other ways has this relationship evolved? A fifth of the world's animal species can be found in Southeast Asia. Some now say that this is the original Garden of Eden. Even today, there are more man and beast relationships to be found here than most other parts of the world.
I'm in the Andaman Sea, amongst the forest-topped rocks and tropical beaches that make up the islands of Thailand. And I'm on my way to meet a man who has a working relationship with a completely different animal altogether.
Koh Yao Noi is a popular tourist destination, but it also has a traditional agricultural economy where man is still used to sharing his life and work with animals of all kinds. People that live here have to work hard to survive, and I'm about to meet the hardest worker of the lot. He's called Sarawat. He's a pigtail macaque monkey. Our driver is Bungchit, and he's Sarawat's owner. The pigtail macaque is one of the biggest and most agile members of the monkey family. Because they live in thick, dense forests, they are spectacular climbers, which makes Sarawat the ideal candidate for the job we're heading off to do. For more than a century, we've been learning just how smart our primate cousins really are. Ayumu, a chimpanzee at the Primate Research Institute in Kyoto, Japan, has been trained to identify numbers from 1 to 9 on a computer screen. Not only that, but he was also capable of memorizing the position of the numbers after just 1 second and then recalling their position with 100% accuracy. His memory recall performance was better than any human being who tried the same experiment. No wonder then we turn to the primates when there's a problem to solve. Most of Koyanoi is given over to grazing and growing a crop that's always proved a challenge for man to harvest easily and safely. Coconuts. They are extremely hard to reach. In his own ungainly way, man has mastered the art of climbing these trees, but it's slow and dangerous work. Coconut trees can grow up to 100 feet tall. A fall from this height would kill a man. The answer, of course, is to send a monkey up the tree.
Are there ever days when he says, just like, no, I don't want to go up the tree?
No, not today.
He's just got to try.
Pigtail macaques are so intelligent, scientists have been able to train them to gather rare botanical samples from inaccessible corners of the world.
Oh, should I get out of the way?
He only picks the ripe coconuts, and once he has one in his little hands, he twists it around until it snaps off.
And he knows which ones are ripe, does he?
Yes, the ripe ones are brown.
And he knows what a ripe coconut looks like, or is it he's been trained?
He has been trained.
And did you train him?
He was trained for about 3 to 4 months.
Does he like you? Do you like him?
We are not friends, but I like taking care of him.
Blimey. Oh, it was a bird. I thought he was throwing them at us.
Unfortunately, the number of pigtail macaque monkeys is decreasing because their meat is considered a delicacy. It's a sad irony that the thing that is saving them is their value as coconut pickers.
Oh, it's very genteel.
After training, Sarawak cost Bangchit around $500 US. But given he can make his owner up to $30 a day, that means the monkey paid for himself in less than a month. When it comes to gathering coconuts, man has found the perfect partner.
This is why they invented juggling.
The best working relationships with animals are always about a man harnessing skills and talents he doesn't possess himself. One of the oldest working relationships between man and beast is in Japan, a country awash with ancient traditions. It's called yukai, and it involves harnessing the fishing skills of one of the most effective hunter-gatherers of the bird world. The cormorant can often be seen drying its wings in the sun, and that's because it spends so much time underwater. It can dive to a depth of 150 feet and maneuver at terrific speeds. It's these skills that drew the cormorant to the attention of Japan's ancient river fishermen. Tetsuji Yamashita, is one of only 6 imperial fishermen in the world.
Oh my goodness. I've never been this close to cormorants before. I've seen them all my life, but never been so close. Hey guys. Hello, cormorant. Hello. Hello. Look at their beautiful eyes. They've got beautiful eyes. They're like jewels.
Mr. Yamashita transports his birds in these bamboo cages whose design hasn't changed for centuries.
These all are adults?
これは three years old.
3 years.
で、これが 25 years old.
Really?
25.
Wow, which is
ありがとう。
which is much longer than they live in the wild, isn't it?
長生きし
Yes, that's right.
Although it's late afternoon, the day is just beginning for these cormorants, and they seem to know it too. Once the last bird has been rounded up, we're away.
I'm only allowed to carry one old bird. 25. Hello, Poppet.
Mr. Yamashita is a yukai master, which is the highest rank available to a cormorant fisherman. At first sight, using hungry cormorants to go fishing is a risky business, unless you can stop them swallowing their catch. Mr. Yamashita demonstrates how this is done by tying a collar around the base of the bird's neck. To retrieve the half-swallowed fish, all that's required is a gentle massage of the throat.
Up his neck. Thank you very much.
The waters of the Nagara River have drawn cormorant fishermen for more than 1,300 years. They go fishing at night because this is when the fish are half asleep. The light from the braziers draws the drowsy fish up to the surface, ready for the cormorant to strike. Part of Mr. Yamashita's skill is to spot which of his birds has caught a fish. He then hauls that bird up into the boat, guides the fish out of the bird's beak, and then plops him back in.
I've never seen anything like this. They're all on their leads like little troopers doing their work. And all the time, he's so gentle with them and so nurturing.
Mr. Yamashita makes it look so easy, but then he would. He comes from a line of yukai masters that stretches back 9 generations.
Absolutely beautiful.
The cormorants catch the highly prized ayu, or sweet fish. The catch bears distinctive bite marks, testifying to a swift death which improves the flavor and raises the value of the fish. So not only are cormorants great fishermen, they're also swift killers. Their cormorants are the yukai master's first priority. The minute we return, they're rewarded for their hard work. And once the birds have had their supper, we can have ours.
Cheers. Chin chin.
The sweet fish prove to be just as delicious as they look.
優しい味でしょ。
But it is sweet. It is sweet.
So, a great example of man and beast working together. Unless, of course, you're the fish. Which brings up the question of who are the prey and who are the predators, and who gets to say which is which. Long before we worked with animals, our relationship with them was based on a single necessity. For the last 200,000 years, we have been killing animals for food. I'm an animal lover and a meat eater, but I'm also a meat provider. On our farm, we raise lamb and beef, and it's all sold in our local butcher's shop in Bridport. Life for my cattle ends very differently than it does back in Nepal, but I like to think we show our own kind of respect.
It's one of your finest.
I've come to meet our friend and butcher, Phil Frampton.
The first thing we want to turn around and do is obviously take the shoulders off.
Right.
And go straight down, because what you're looking to do is keep it lovely like that.
Most people don't see this. Supermarkets shield us by packaging meat in uniform, shrink-wrapped polystyrene containers as though it had all been made in a factory, rather than once being part of a living animal that breathed the same air as we do.
Leg of lamb for display. In reference to your lambs, do you get attached to them? And does it upset you about, sending them on to us?
No, because that was the deal of our relationship. But I'm immensely conscientious about doing the best by them. If you're going to take something's life, you sort of owe it the best one it can have. But I don't have a single qualm.
There are contradictions here, I know that. But my animals have been raised in a controlled environment like generations of domesticated animals before them. And when the time comes, they're killed as humanely as possible. But before animals were farmed, man had to take his chances and go hunting for his dinner. Killing animals bred for the table is one thing, but killing wild animals for the pot stirs up very different emotions. And this is precisely what the ancient Matagi tribe of northern Japan did. The trophy they are proudly displaying is an Asian black bear. The Matagi hunted and killed this indigenous animal, partly for their own safety, but also as a source of food. To understand what it's like to hunt and kill in order to live, I've tracked down one of the last surviving members of the Matagi tribe. Takashi Yoshikawa still hunts bears. It's in his blood. He's hunted over 150 bears in his life, 70 of which he killed single-handed.
In the old days, before we had guns, this is what we used for hunting. Just a simple spear.
They're big, dangerous animals. Have you had any close encounters with them?
I have encountered black bears many times, as you can see on my forehead. I have a reward from them. I fought with wild bears 6 times in my life. Twice I lost, and 4 times it was a draw. Even.
Well, literally hand-to-hand combat. Wow.
Look here.
Ay. What? You punched him? Blimey.
There's something he wants to show me.
Oh my goodness.
These cuddly-looking animals could rip you apart in seconds.
Gosh. Hello.
The cage is almost as terrifying. It's a pity it's not bigger.
Hello, bear. Hello, Baba. Hello, Baba. They've got noses like dogs, haven't they? Hello.
As always in these circumstances, my heart gets the better of my head.
God, I'd really like to cuddle one of them. Here you go. I just fed a bear. Hey, Bubba. Have that. Oh, look at that! How come you have these 2 bears here?
Takashi tells me the reason these bears are here is because he shot their mother in an act of self-defense, not realizing at the time she had 2 small cubs.
I felt responsible for killing the mother bear, so I decided to take care of the cubs on behalf of the god of the mountain. I tried several times to take the bears back into the mountains, but every time I did, in the morning they would come back and they'd be in the cage.
Oh, really? They didn't want to go, they're dependent on you. So this is their life now, just they're here until they die?
Yes. It's been 14 years now. I'm getting quite old and tired. So every morning when I feed them, I ask them, "Are you going to be in our casserole soon?" They haven't agreed yet.
Takashi has offered to show me the place where he had the encounter with the bear's mother. He's brought his gun, just in case.
Bears are very good at climbing trees. They're like cats.
Oh, look, here, look.
Although they weigh anything up to 200 kilograms, their powerful upper bodies mean Asian black bears have no problems shimmying up trees to collect fruit and nuts. There are more than 15,000 Asian black bears wandering wild in Japan, and their numbers are growing. Bear attacks on humans are not uncommon, even in towns and cities. Takashi has found the place where he first encountered the bear cubs that now live in his backyard.
Ah, this is where they hibernated.
Bears can hibernate for as long as 8 months, relying solely on stored body fat reserves for energy and water.
God, extraordinary, isn't it?
This hibernating den is actually big enough for people.
Oh my God, he's standing up. Wow. So I really think I can hear something in the undergrowth over there.
Takashi's taking no chances.
Oh, it's a bird.
I've been invited for dinner, and there are no surprises as to what's on the menu.
Would you like to try some bear casserole?
No. I'm really sorry. I thought I could, but now that I met the bears, I can't.
It's actually a bear Takashi has had waiting in his freezer for a moment just like this.
Oh, look, there's a bone right there.
It's good, apparently.
You fed the bears today, so I think that's why you feel sad about eating them.
It's not sad. I can't really explain it. It just, I wouldn't feel happy.
I am able to live longer by receiving the bear's life.
So the bear's life enters your life in a way. Mm. Here's an odd thing that's sort of central to this whole project is my personal confusion, because I will bottle feed orphaned lambs on my farm and then a few months later see them off to slaughter, and then I'll eat them myself, even though I've, sung to them when they were babies and taken care of them. And this charming man whose family have been hunting bears for centuries tells me it's a spiritual thing, and I'm desperate not to offend him. But there he is, happily chomping away on a bit of bear, and I, probably because of my bunny-hugging Western sensitivities, simply couldn't.
Man and beast. It's a relationship that shifts and changes wherever you are in the world. But what happens when man encounters an animal so unique and so exploitable in so many different ways? I've come looking for an animal that's not hard to spot here in the shadow of the Himalayas. One of the most legendary man and beast relationships is that of the elephant and the mahout, the man who trains and rides this most majestic of animals. Here in the village of Saraha, the elephant is a common sight. It's the largest and strongest land animal on the planet. With its unique trunk, there's nothing else like it in the world. And unfortunately, these factors have conspired against it over the centuries. Elephants are still being hunted relentlessly for their ivory. Hundreds of thousands of animals have been slaughtered. Even though the ivory trade has been outlawed, more than 100 animals are killed every day. In the bad old days of animal circuses, elephants were always top of the bill. But they've suffered abuse and cruelty behind the scenes. When Topsy the circus elephant killed 3 of her handlers at Coney Island in 1903, it was decided that the animal must be put down. And in a sick display to settle the argument that AC was a better type of electricity than DC, the inventor Thomas Edison electrocuted Topsy in an astonishing and disturbing act of cruelty. This stands today as a grisly reminder of our abuse of this misunderstood animal. Because they're amongst the strongest creatures on the planet, elephants were used in their thousands to harvest vast forests of timber. But they too were subjected to great cruelty from their mahouts. In Nepal, where elephants are still used for transport, has anything really changed for an animal which still offers a livelihood to so many local people? The mahout profession is 4,000 years old and is still passed on from father to son. I want to see if it's evolved and take an opportunity to meet a beautiful elephant and her mahout. It's breakfast time, and the mahouts are busy making elephant sandwiches, a combination of sweet grass concealing nutritious grain deep inside. This stable is home to 9 elephants. I'm hoping to spend the day with just one of them. Bharat is her mahout.
Nice. And she'll just go, gone.
Yeah.
Who's that? Oh, hello.
Okay.
Just takes your breath away. It's a ridiculous thing to say, but it's so big, but it's so much animal.
It's the press, yes?
Oh, she's so strong. Well, you make it look easy.
Wait, sir.
Elephants' trunks are both the nose and the upper lip of the animal. But it's also a kind of super arm powered by 40,000 muscles.
It's a trunk of press, your leg.
Press my leg there?
Press, yeah. Press.
Oh, sorry. I don't want to hurt her.
Round.
Oh, that's elegant. Oh, gosh.
Elephants and mahouts share a language that has evolved over centuries. A mahout uses around 70 voice commands and a complex series of light touches behind the ear to get the elephant to do everything he needs it to do. Bharat tells me he's been a mahout for 19 years, 9 of which he's spent with his current elephant, Kali, who's 12 years old. As her mahout, Bharat sees more of Kali than his own family.
You seem very nice with this elephant. Do you like her?
I love this elephant. It's because of this elephant that I earn money and I'm able to make a living. So I love the elephant.
Do you think it's a good partnership, man and elephant?
It's a really good partnership between mahout and elephant because we make a bond. There is love between man and the elephant responds to love sometimes.
And how does she show her love for you?
When she's grazing in the forest, then I call her name. She calls back. She raises her trunk and she makes this low rumbling kind of noise. And she pisses at the same time, which shows she's happy.
Luckily, Kali and her friends here in Saraha are no longer called on to work in the harsh environment of the logging industry. Instead, they carry tourists. I guess it's a kinder life than hauling heavy logs, but I don't think they like it, and I'm not sure it's a fitting occupation for the largest land animal on the planet. Luckily for me, Kali's got the day off, so Bharat and I are taking her for a bit of a treat. Along with chimpanzees, elephants, with their 11-pound brains, are amongst the most intelligent beasts on Earth. They live for anything up to 80 years, and along with humans, they are the only animals known to have death rituals. When an elephant dies, the herd dig a shallow grave and cover the deceased with dirt and branches. Such is their capacity for compassion, they've even been known to bury dead humans.
She's blissed out. Whoa. What a thing.
It's been good for me to see this. Not everything is perfect, but life seems better today for these working elephants, and at least there's no one killing them for their ivory.
I wasn't sure on how to approach this because I consider them a wild animal. But Kali was born in captivity, and Bharat, our mahout, was far kinder than I thought. I thought he was going to be a walloper. I thought they all were. I thought that's how they made elephants do what they didn't want to do. But he was actually very gentle, and his movements in order to control the elephant were very slight. And the things he said about the care and the love he has for her sort of flipped my preconceptions on the head. I think I would rather see them wild, but it is a true man and beast partnership.
In the 21st century, man's relationship with animals is a complicated one. But I hope that as we learn more about animals' abilities and intelligence, so man's cruelty and indifference will be replaced by empathy and deeper understanding, even compassion. After all, you only have to remember the benign generosity of the cow, the amazing athletic feats of the monkey, and the deep intelligence of the elephant. Next time, I'm going to turn my attention to how and why our relationships with animals have evolved over the last 100 years or so. I'm going to be looking at how taking dogs and cats as pets changed everything. Why we've discovered that getting up close and personal with animals is good for our health and our minds. And how today's animal entertainers are happily a far cry from the days of Alibaba. And revealing how lucky we are to still have certain animals sharing the planet with us. A lesson for the future.
And brand new Man and Beast with Martin Clunes continues next Friday night at 9. Britain's Got Talent's here for your Super Saturday tomorrow at 8, and Sunday at 9, New Home Fires continues with previous episodes available on ITV Player, where there's more great drama, including the box set of Safe House. Next, the ITV News.